Welcome to the A Train Show. And now here's your host, the A Train, Arlington Lane.
Welcome to this edition of the A Train Show, back on Fuel Sports Network. Glad to be back on this edition of the show. Yes, I'm bringing it back, and I can't wait to get started with you guys today. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have some guests come on in the future. As a matter of fact, on Friday, Rennie Knott from Channel 5 KSDK in St. Louis will be hopping on the ride today. So make sure on that day. So make sure that you tune in at the same time right here at noon. And we're going to make sure we're going to continue to have great guests and great conversation. I always get a chance to talk to you guys. Oh, don't worry, Kevin. There'll be more of the intro songs. We'll have more of that. Hey, Sandy, how you doing? All right. One thing that I do not want to talk on this show is a certain league of sorts. It's a spring football league. If I do, I'm going to get it off and I'm going to do it quickly. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about it in a bunch of detail. Thank you so much, Sandy. I appreciate that very much. So, what's going on, sir? What's good? What's good, Denzel? Good seeing you, man. All right, I'm going to be a little different from the other shows that we have across the network. But, hey, make sure that you tune in to each of them because we're doing great things over here at Fuel Sports Network. So make sure that you tune in each week to all of our great programming and great content. Of course, the bottom line going down tonight at 8 o'clock. Don't forget Smoking Guns. They're talking everything Gunslingers and Brahmas at 7 o'clock. And then on Tuesday, of course, I'll be back at 10 a.m. with the X-Fan show. And we got all across the board programming that you can tune into. Say, is that a baby grand? That is a baby grand. Derailments, it might happen. We just have to stay tuned and find out as we continue on this journey. And I'm glad for that everybody that's here can take the ride with me. All right. So I appreciate that wholeheartedly. All right. Let's see. I want to get into it a little bit. I said I was going to do like some theme days and stuff. I might do some weeks or whatever. We'll see what happens as we continue doing the show. Today is going to be Association Monday. And the reason why I choose Monday is because there's a lot of things that happened over the weekend. And of course, that definitely transpired to me. And I'm like, I really got to talk about it. And it's things that most people will not talk about, but I'm definitely going to do so here. I got First Take going on right now beside me. You know, usually like, oh, well, you're not watching Pat McAfee. No, I'm not watching Pat McAfee, man. Pat McAfee's cool. You know, that's not my cup of tea right now. I really don't even watch. Honestly, I don't even really watch debate shows like that. I really don't. It's not a thing for me. Usually if I'm talking to my friends or whatnot about what's going on. I got to talk about these NBA playoffs. I want to start there. If there is one guy right now in the NBA that has my attention, I mean, and like truly has my attention, is this guy, Anthony Edwards. That dude has my full blown attention. Like, seriously, like this dude is amazing. I don't know if this is the year for the Minnesota Timberwolves because honestly, not a lot of people expected the Timberwolves to really, really, really make noise, right? Not expecting them to make a lot of noise, but here they are. They sat in the 3rd seed. They knocked off Phoenix in 4 games, swept them. Excuse me, yeah, Phoenix. All right, I said Phoenix. I said Phoenix. Okay, Phoenix. They knocked off Phoenix. Their trio of Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and who that other guy? No, sorry, because y'all gonna get on me. It's Bradley Beal. I knew it was Bradley Beal. All right, I promise you. But it's like Anthony Edwards right now. He is literally that guy, and he's taking the game like it should be taken. Like seriously. He's taking the game seriously. He wants to win. He is like a coach on the floor. And that is what I like. That's what this NBA should be, especially with this young guns. And I know a lot of people looking at the NBA playoffs like, okay, there's no LeBron, there's no Steph, there's no Kevin Durant. But that's okay. It's about the young guns this time. Okay. Let's let other people get into the mix. Honestly, Ja Morant's in just a year, in my opinion, he's taking a huge step back. Taking a big step back. And AE is taking that reign and is taking it higher. And then you got Luka Doncic, of course, that is still a top guy, right? You also got I'm thinking about the foreign players in the league now. Victor Wembanyama, who should be the rookie of the year. No questions asked. No, not even over Chet Holmgren. He should be. You got the Oklahoma City Thunder in the playoffs with SGA and Chet Holmgren, and I just mentioned. This is a youthful NBA playoffs, and people should really be invested in this league. All right. I get it. Everybody want to talk about what's going on with the Lakers and their issues and stuff. All right. And that LeBron can't keep a coach wherever he goes to save his life. 10 head coaches that he's had in his 20 years, that don't seem like an issue to y'all. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Yes, he is taking over the league slowly but surely. But yeah, they beat Denver. I would have never saw Minnesota in an NBA Finals, especially something that Kevin Garnett, Stephon Marbury, those guys couldn't do. But you got to also understand that the Lakers were a dominant team during that period, and you can't get mad at that. They just couldn't get past them. Didn't have enough firepower to get over the hump. And so here this Minnesota Timberwolves team is now. And folks, y'all really should get invested in the NBA. And of course, the WNBA. That is one thing that I think a lot more people eyeballs will be geared towards is the W more than the NBA. I get it. Because if you look at this past year with college basketball, right? You look at it where more eyeballs was tuned in to the women's game than it was for the men's game. And I think that is the case right now with insight of what's going on in the landscape of the associations, meaning NBA, WNBA, and NCAA, right? So, man, but I got to go back to Anthony Edwards, man, right now in these playoffs, because he's taking the game very, very seriously. 5 straight wins in the playoffs, averaging 33.4, 33 games, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. And he's putting the team on his back when this is supposed to be a team that's supposed to be carried by Karl Anthony Towns. This is supposed to be his squad. And Anthony is like, I'm going to be, I can't call him Michael Jordan, but I can't I'm wrapping my head around the fact that that's what he's playing like. He's playing like Michael Jordan. I'm not saying he's Jordan. Listen to me carefully. He is not Michael Jordan, but the tenacity that he's playing at right now is the demeanor of a Michael Jordan. Is coaching on the floor, finding the right spots, making the great plays. It's like right now he can do absolutely no wrong. None. And he's got them in a great place right now as they got the surprising win. It was a surprise. You can't sit here and act like that it wasn't. because nobody is expecting Denver to lose, and they expected to get back to the NBA Finals again. But now they kind of running into a slight roadblock. Going to be interesting to see how well they pull it off in Game 2 if they respond after the knockout punch they just took in Game 1. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. That game is at 10 o'clock on the East, another late game for those that are playoff fans in the East. But, a lot of people are looking forward to the Pacers and the Knicks going on in round 1, another Knicks-Pacers battle. I think this go around, I know this ain't the same Knicks-Pacers games that it was 30 years ago, but I still think that it has enough drama where you can get 7 games. A lot of people was talking trash about the whole Cavs and the Magic deal yesterday, that why did it even go 7 games, because it was boring. But those are young teams, man. These young teams, they all want to fight it out, and they all want to get a chance at getting that Larry O'Brien trophy. They all want to get a shot at it. And I think the Orlando Magic is in a good place right now. They're in a good place. They had a horrible third quarter yesterday, and it cost them in the long run. And I can't see nothing but good future vibes for them. Got the rookie of the year from last year in Paolo Banchero. Jalen Suggs. It's funny to me when I look at this squad, the oldest player on the squad was Joe Ingles, and Joe Ingles like 35, 36. And then the next person after that is Gary Harris, who's just about to turn 30 going into the next season. But everybody else is younger than 30. That is a big step. And that's a big step to see that. And I'm hoping that these guys, I don't have their actual hat, but these guys, meaning the Houston Rockets, or be that group to in the future where they get a chance to dominate or get a chance to make a big boost up, because they had a chance this year and they kind of fell off the last month or so, and it could have been fatigue, but Jalen Green was balling out of his mind. I don't know. I want to see another young team get into the mix. I was surprised at the Sacramento Kings and how far they had fallen. Hey, the Brahmasita. I'm looking forward to seeing your San Antonio Spurs get back into this playoff berth again. They have a nice little young nucleus. Granted, they didn't do so hot, but I think now that they have a season under their belt together, another vet coming into the mix, like young teams could probably get this Spurs team back into the playoffs. Maybe a Jeff Green can help out a little bit. I know it's going to take a little bit more, but younger teams that didn't make the playoffs, it definitely should get another shot at it. One team that I have a problem with right now is the Chicago Bulls. I have a huge problem, but before you know what? Let me stop myself. Let me get back onto these playoffs because it's important. I know I mentioned Pacers and Knicks, and I tend to go everywhere, but I'm grateful to see Tyrese Halliburton on this national stage. He's a wonderful talent, man, and everybody talks about his jump shot and stuff, but his jump shot, he's getting the job done, man. And he's making the right passes at the right time. And them knocking off the Milwaukee Bucks, who, in my opinion, Damian Lillard should have never played in Game 6. I'm going to say that again for you Bucks fans. He should have never played in Game 6. Now, you can sit here all day and be like, hey, well, why should they not have played? Because if they were able to win at home and care less about the home crowd. Yeah, I know you can feed off of it. You can feed off of it very well. But at the same time, if that team nucleus was good and they were able to get a big win, and I get it, shots wasn't falling down for the Pacers. That could have been the same ordeal coming into Game 6. They chose to play Lillard, and then they got thrashed. They got thrashed with Damian Lillard on the court. So what is that saying for him? that it doesn't matter where you go, sir. You're trying to get yourself a ring and you can't get it. And you was playing hurt. You should have been playing. Listen, they my Bulls too. I'm going to call them out. I'm calling them out, Spade. But I'm going to do that in just a moment. All right? Do that in just a moment. But I'm looking forward to seeing more of this Nuggets Timberwolves, because now that's got my eyes appealed, man, like for real. Cavs Celtics, not so much. I know that's looking really, really one-sided. If we get a Celtics Pacers or Celtics Knicks Eastern Conference Finals, don't be mad about it, especially if it's the Knicks. If the Knicks happen to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, it's going to be amazing to watch. And you may not believe, I understand, it looks weak. The Eastern Conference does look a little weak, but because this is really the Celtics' run to get to the finals again. And I think this is the last chance for the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics do not win the NBA championship this season. Forget it. Forget it. You're a Celtic fan, forget it. All right? Like, seriously. I really believe that. Not a lot of people are going to give the Thunder a chance, and analysts have gone on television saying that you got to watch out for the Dallas Mavericks. They gelling at the right time, and they beat a depleted LA Clippers, in which Kawhi Leonard didn't see much action, and James Harden was playoffs James Harden once again. It's just letting you know right there, man. It doesn't matter where James goes. James is not going to win a championship. He's going to have to literally take over a game for more than one game. It's not going to be just one game. He has to do it a lot if he wants to win a ring at some point in his career. And he's getting older. He's not getting younger. He's getting older. And so that window is starting to close a lot faster. If you're going to be the guy, you're going to have to do it a lot sooner than now. All right. More great playoff games coming up, especially tonight. Definitely want to see. I'm going to try and check out Pacers and Knicks and check out the Timberwolves and Nuggets when I can. Of course, tomorrow, Cavs and Celtics start their opening second round series, and the Mavs and Thunder doing the same. All right, going to take a time out, and coming up after the break, I'm going to talk bad about my Chicago Bulls because I can't stand them. Okay. Right now I am super and uber pissed with them. Okay. I don't like what's going on in Chicago whatsoever. All right. So we're going to take a time out. We're going to come right back with more of Network.
Houston, we've triumphed. I've made it back to Earth with the cargo intact. The game-changing, time-sensitive payload is none other than the revolutionary energy flavor we've all been waiting for. Introducing Merc Mayhem Cherry Limeade. Merc Clan played a crucial role in securing this energy flavor, and together we've unlocked the future of power. Merc Mayhem is not just a drink, it's a statement, a fusion of relentless energy and bold flavor. The secret is out. Merc Mayhem is set to redefine the energy landscape, leaving ordinary drinks in its cosmic dust. Get ready for a taste explosion that matches Merc Clan's unparalleled power. Join the revolution, and let's unleash Merc Mayhem upon the world. Astronaut M signing off.
Same great taste. Yes, same great taste.
It's time I get in the game, forget the money and fame. Stay ready, making sure that they'll remember my name. I got a hunger inside when the numbers are tied. Yo, I'ma turn it up a level, never will be denied.
PL in the building. Oh, I'm in the zone, man. Yeah.
Now tell me who could stop me. I'm in the zone. Competition's none in a league of my own. All about the W. I'ma bring it home. When it's over with, I'ma be the king of the throne. Now who could stop me? I'm in the zone. Competition's none in a league of my own.
Back on this edition of the A-Train Show, the A-Train Arlington Lane. Hey, folks, make sure that you go and tune into our wonderful shows at the Fuel Sports Network. Coming up tonight, we got Smoking Guns at 7 o'clock, and we got the Bottom Line at 8 p.m. If you want football, they got it. I'll talk a little bit about it, but they got it more in depth. And we got a bunch of great shows here on the network. Of course, my guy, The Gridiron, with my guy JTK. Man, listen, you don't know what's in this brain up here, bro. You have no idea what's here and what's in my head and how I do things around this part of the network. Okay. We got B-Hawk Live. Hey, one of my favorite shows that I think two of my favorite shows that you need to check out. Okay, three of my favorite shows that you need to check out. Of course, the A-Team with RC. They go down at Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. Of course, Girl Chat Sports, our newest addition to Fuel Sports Network. They go down at 10 Eastern on Wednesday nights. And then, of course, my guy, The Gridiron, make sure you tune in every Saturday. Goes down at 1 p.m. Eastern. Here on the network. Okay. Hey guys, listen, I love all of y'all, but those are the ones I love the most. Okay. Listen, I do love everybody. I love everybody, man. So if you need to take a intro. Listen, we're not gonna do that. Not yet. Y'all can't learn all the secrets just yet. Oh, shoot. You can't learn all the secrets just yet. But one team I need to talk about right now, we get into the second segment, is the Chicago Bulls, man. Listen, they've been my team all these years. And, you know, I'm looking at over 30 years with the Chicago Bulls. That means back to all the way to the times of Michael Jordan. All right. I even watched them when they were bad. You want to know how big of a fandom that I have with the Bulls? I was watching them when they were 13-37 in 1999, right after that entire Bulls team was gone, and the only people left was Dickie Simpkins and Tony Kukoc. And so you want to sit there talking about my fandom? You can't do that. I'm not going to sit there and tell you anybody different. I was there. I was watching them games on WGN with Wayne Larrivee and Johnny Redkirk. God rest his soul, and all of the crap that he had to deal with on WGN Sports. Hey, that was one thing. That was during the 90s. That was appointment television. If you wasn't watching the NBC games, which I'll touch on in just a little bit as well, because they got some major planning coming up for the future. NBC. They're trying. And I'm going to touch on that a little bit, but I got to touch on the Chicago Bulls first. One thing that if you remember about in the 90s with the Chicago Bulls, was that WGN used to get big ratings out of them. It didn't matter where they played, TBS, TNT, NBC, ABC. No, I'm just teasing. They didn't play on ABC, but I'm saying wherever they played, you knew it was appointment television. And so, that just was a time, man. It just seems like Jerry, ever since 1990, the end of 1998, Jerry Reinsdorf just said, "The hell with everybody. Everybody. I don't care. I'm never building another championship team again." Probably the closest one was 2011. Derrick Rose, the most valuable player. Taj Gibson, Carlos Boozer. Don't get me started on Carlos Boozer, man. Oh my God, Joakim Noah. I think Kirk Hinrich on that team. Like even a couple years prior to that, man, like when they had Ben Gordon, I really, really believe that a backcourt of Ben Gordon and Derrick Rose would have been terrific for that squad, even though he's playing off the bench, man. Like, come on. Like, has anybody forgotten the 2009 first round is considered one of the greatest playoff series in NBA history? Because I think over half of those games went to OT. This was the defending champion going against the Chicago Bulls, and they went 7 games, and it was terrific. It was terrific. Oh my God. I was really torn. I was really torn with both teams. I was cheering, I like the Celtics and Doc Rivers and the group that they had. And then we were going against my Chicago Bulls, man. And that playoff series was something. And you know what? He mentioned Jay Williams. Jay Williams was a lost cause, man. Jay, when the Chicago Bulls picked him up, what was it, the 2003 draft at number 2? And I never forget, he went on the Today Show. He went on the Today Show, and all he had to do was sink 2 free throws, and he bricked both of them. There is a clip somewhere on YouTube. This was just before the draft night. He gets up there. He's got to hit free throws. All these people around him, and he bricked them both. It was bad. And then the Bulls messed around and picked them up. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let's go to this gentleman right here. Listen, he is very talented. Lonzo Ball is a talented individual. The problem is he just can't stay on the court. Just can't stay on the court. And this team, the Chicago Bulls, decided to really pick up his $21 million option. Why? Why? You really thinking that he's going to come back? He ain't played a game in almost 3 years. And it just drives me insane that this team, that it just seemed like each year they regressing and they have a better bunch. That team should be in the top 6 in the Eastern Conference. Easy. But that group and that coach just can't seem to get it together. I never really understood why Billy Donovan was the head coach of that team to begin with. I didn't like the move when he first came. And I was trying to give Mark Eversley, the general manager, a chance. Coming over from Toronto, they had just won a title in 2019. And he was like, it just seems like everything was, that was a team option. That was a Bulls option. I couldn't believe it. Do you think Lonzo can make a real comeback, or is his career over? I really don't want to pin that on him like that right now. All I'm going to say is he got his money. That's all I'm going to say. So I know I went and told people online, you didn't really answer the question. I'm not going to answer this question today. All I'm going to say is I hope so. I hope so. And will he be at somewhere close to where he was? Because when they brought him in, like, his tenacity on defense was something. And he can shoot the rock. And it's just been bad break after bad break after bad break after bad break for him. And I really hate that. I really hate that. I really do hope that he gets back at it, because he deserves it. He really deserves it, and he should get a second chance at. So there, I'm answering the question. He can make a real comeback. There it is. Does the Bulls GM Eversley remind you of Jerry Jones? No, because he's a younger guy. He's a younger guy. You know what? And I always thought that he was making the right basketball moves. You know, they went and got Vooch, but they traded Wendell Carter, which I was actually kind of a fan of. But you had to pull the trigger if you wanted to make. You got DeRozan, and you went and got Zach LaVine, and that trio just seemed like they were top six. And at times it looked like that they were going to be top six. And I think they had a bad break against, I think it was before they started doing the play-in tournament, they got the Bucks, and I think that was the year the Bucks went to the title. I think, no. It was either that or the year after. I can't remember which. I think it was the year after that. They got a bad break, man. Like, that team was looking for fuel for success. You bring in Andre Drummond, he can still rebound and do his job and defend, right? They had Derrick Jones. They wind up shipping him off to Dallas, and he's now the shooter and high flyer in Dallas now. You know, they've depended on Javonte Green and had Terry for a while. You know, they just couldn't find bodies off the bench. And Kobe White is still in somebody's minutes. He's still in minutes, man. Like, seriously, I don't know if it's Caruso's minutes, if it's Ayo's minutes. He's still in their minutes, man. Like, because that dude has become a bucket. He started reminding me a bit of Malik Monk in Sacramento. Like, when you need a bucket, he can go out and get it. And so, you know, that puts pressure on Eversley on what they want to do with him. Because at some point, Kobe White is going to be like, I don't want to be here no more. And I'm not saying now, but, you know, at some point he's going to have to do it. All right. I had mentioned in the show about NBC. Boom. Take that down. The NBA on NBC. You seen that logo. You've seen that all the time, right? From 1990 to 2002, that was what you saw. You knew the theme song, because I know if I play it, John Tesh is coming after me. So, yeah. Remember the NBA on NBC? I do. Well, they're trying to make a bid of getting back into the game again. And they're trying to knock off Turner, who Warner Brothers Discovery, they're trying to get NBA coverage now. Now, there's good and bad things for Turner if they lose it. I'm going to play, let's say NBC does win the bid and they got the broadcasting rights. Okay. NBC will have network coverage, right? Then let's not forget USA is transitioning, and they've been providing more sports. They have college basketball on. They've had soccer. They will have the Olympics this year. That's the cable channels, right? And of course, they'll have golf and what they've been having for, you know, some time. Kentucky Derby that they just had. So there are outlets for NBC, for Comcast, if they do win the rights. Now, yep, tennis is another. So when you think about it, it's not a bad look. Now, broadcasting wise, that may be the difference here. Like, who would be the broadcast teams? Would there be a pregame show? I mean, of course, there will be a pregame show, but would it be the same group? Now, the thing was that was floating, rumors that was floating around, what would that mean for inside the NBA if they were to leave? And Turner did not get the NBA broadcasting rights. Of course, that'd be a big shot in the arm to Turner. But And Charles Barkley, I think, has gone on record saying that he will walk if Turner doesn't get in the NBA again. But he's in the mind of thinking that Turner's going to win the bid. Turner's going to win the bid. That's where his mind is. But he's like, I'll walk if Turner don't. So what would that mean? What would that look like? Could Inside the NBA go to USA? The USA Network? It's going to, if that were the case, it would hurt Turner's tournament coverage, because Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith and Ernie Johnson are all featured on that. They're all featured there. So they would have to find, of course, replacement hosts. And I think with that, all you would do is take one of CBS's groups and move them down to Turner. If Ernie left. If Ernie, Kenny, and Charles all took Inside to NBC, that's what would happen. And I think a lot of people would love to see the NBA on NBC and get those freaking round ball rock rights back. I don't need any variation. I don't need none of that. I want John Tesh's original round ball rock if NBC gets the rights back. Fox should not have those. And I understand they play the beginning of, if you really listen to the theme song, like they play the beginning of the actual song for Fox. I know that's just a nerd in me, and I love that kind of stuff. I love listening to theme music like that. It's just different. And so you'll learn some stuff about me as this show rides along. But yeah, that you got to get the round ball rocks back. You think TNT would be done if that happens? I don't know. I know they'll be out of the pro game. That's for sure. The college game, they wouldn't be, because they still have that partnership with CBS. The whole thing of Paramount and Warner Brothers Discovery. So they still have that. They got the NHL, they got Major League Baseball. Turner would not be done. They'll just find something different to put on Turner. Especially now, they just took True TV and wiped out their whole primetime lineup. It is now devoted to sports. So I can't sit here and be like, no, they won't. It'll be over for them. They just won't have the NBA anymore. But I would love NBC to get back in this, because, like I said, the USA Network would definitely broadcast NBA games. They have in the past. So that's nothing new to USA. It's just been a long time since they've had broadcast rights. Especially the fact that now their biggest entity, Monday Night Raw, is headed to Netflix. And speaking of Netflix is starting to provide more live programming on that streaming channel. Case in point, the Tom Brady rant that Tom Brady roast that they had last night, and a lot of people was talking about it. They had clips on everything. I might have to touch in greater detail on another show, but today is Association Day, so I'll make sure I'll try my best to get some of the best clips from that day. But by the time that we broadcast again, you probably have seen them all. So, but Netflix is now being more part of it. Amazon just got NBA rights. So streaming is starting to really capture, or at least Amazon, in this case, Amazon is, with the NFL and the NBA. So yeah, that would be interesting if NBC does get it. Like NBC, the network doesn't have to get it outright. They can use their cable channels to broadcast games, and they can do it on a Monday or a Tuesday. It's possible. It's very, very possible. All right. I'm going to take a time out here. And coming up after the break, I want to touch a bit on the W. There have been some controversies of sorts, with what's going on, and then a little bit of NCAA news. So yeah, we gonna get into that. We gonna get into a little bit of that. So we're gonna provide a little chaos as we go into the day. Back right here on Fuel Sports Network.
Hit for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun of 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold, bang roll, on the go, ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Came for my win, I need my hands. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my win, I need my hands. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
PL in the building. Oh, I'm in the zone, man. Yeah.
Now tell me who could stop me. I'm in the zone. Competition's none in a league of my own. All about the W. I'ma bring it home when it's over with. I'ma be the king of the throne. Now who could stop me? I'm in the zone. Competition's none in a league of my own. All about the W. I'ma bring it home when it's over with. I'ma be the king of the throne. I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone.
Welcome back. It's the A Train show here on Fuel Sports Network, sponsored by Just Meat Jerky and W Energy Powder. And we are broadcasting through Fuel Studios. See there? I ain't gonna mention that. Nope. I love y'all, but find that on Tuesday with the X Fan Show. Make sure I get that in as well. All right. Yes. Let's close out the program with some WNBA. Listen, I am ecstatic with what this season is about to bring. All right. And there are many stars that are currently in the mix right now for this year. Some older and newer. The rookies that are coming in. Of course, Caitlin Clark has been the talk of sports, not just women's sports, but sports, period. Right? To the point where even Antonio Brown himself is showing respect to Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese in this mix. And a lot of people are upset about how both of those athletes are being showcased. And I kind of expected that. And what's funny to me is I know I've seen Caitlin Clark when she was at the draft and she was doing interviews and stuff. She was looking really humble Like, I don't need all of this attention, but I have to embrace this attention now because it's all going to head towards me. She's like, I just want to play ball. That's how she's looking. Just want to get out and play ball. She's gotten a chance to do so preseason wise. Had a couple of games. What's going on, Rig? And I see Russ with his cause the law comment. But if there's, I know the talk about growth in this league, about marketing, I think this year is going to progress a lot due to the new rookies coming in. And I understand that, Sabrina. It's not her fault that the media is biased. It's not. It's not her fault whatsoever. None. And my thing is, though, with the marketing and stuff, what you saying? He said, at the end of the day, these two ladies have changed women's basketball. Let's really improve the ratings of everything WNBA, women's college basketball. Definitely women's college basketball. It's still a sight to see when it comes to the WNBA. But listen, it has come out that preseason games haven't been shown, and they want that to happen now. They want to see the action just like with the NBA. And WNBA issued out a statement saying about, you can find it on League Pass and stuff like that when the season begins. But they're like, I want to see it now. Like, somebody had made a video of one of the games and broadcasted it, and they got 200,000 views. So folks want to see it. They want to see it. And I'm definitely wanting to see it. And CBS is going to have it. ION is going to have it. ESPN is going to have it. So that means this year there should be big ratings coming in for these squads, man. I can't get my hat together. There should be bigger ratings for them this year. But one team that I would love, if there's a squad I want to see come back in the WNBA, it's got to be the Houston Comets. These guys, this city. When I say Houston Comets was everything to the WNBA, to the league's initial success, 4 championships to start off. See, and I get that, man. That was for the draft. I'm talking about for the games themselves. I hope that resonates. I hope that same energy remains, because I surely watched it. Thank you. The Comets was my team too. Man, who could not? I remember the commercials with Kyla Pratt when they used the Little Rascals theme song. They did the WNBA commercials, and it was with Cheryl Swoops, Tina Thompson, Lisa Leslie, and Cynthia Cooper. They could. No, they could. They could. And that's what I'm just hoping that it does. I hope that it does. But I want to see the Houston Comets come back. That's for sure. And I think you got to put a old team back. And I get it. People did call for the WNBA preseason games to be aired now because they want to see it. So if the demand is there. The demand is there. So that's what I'm saying. I hope it resonates the same way like it did at the draft. I hope it does. Man, when we watched the W back in the day in 97, 96, 97, that was everything, man. Like we was talking about the W at school. How cool it was to see the 96 Olympic team playing on different pro squads. So who you think would be the star now? Right now it's Caitlin Clark. Diana Taurasi got something to say about that, but right now it's Caitlin Clark. Okay. I get that. And I'm hoping, like I said before, I'm hoping that same thing resonates from that. The demand. So that means there should not be a single game. And yes, she'll have something to say about that too. And see, that's the thing. I knew who A'ja Wilson was, and other folks did not. But they know who Caitlin Clark was. So I'm hoping that it resonates. I hope there is 7-figure viewership throughout this season. 7 figures. It's got to be 7 figures. And a lot of people are jumping on Caitlin Clark bandwagon. I'm telling you, they looking at her like she's a hero. And let's not disrespect what happened with South Carolina, the Lady Gamecocks, and the players that they had, right? Because they were the ones who were the champs. They were the one of the champs in women's college basketball, right? Okay. And yes, Vegas is still the team to beat this year, going for a 3rd straight championship. So, yeah, everybody's going to be looking at Vegas at this point. Oh, and that's going to be something. When Vegas and Chicago get together, and when Vegas and Indiana get together, those are going to be must-see games. When Phoenix and Indiana get together, I want to see that one flat out. I want to see that game flat out. But I want the WNBA to get back to where it once was when it first started, when everybody was talking about it. It was being constantly talked about it. Even when men was talking about it. Do you think it's a bad thing if the men watch the WNBA? What also gets me is why women do not watch the WNBA. That's intriguing to me. Do you think they're going to watch now? Because they will watch the NBA. But the W, not fans of it. I know some personally that said that they will not watch the WNBA because they don't think it's a good product. So what can the W do to get women to watch the product? That's going to be the key thing here. Your key demographic, women. And right now they may have started something good with what they've done with the draft. I'm hoping, again, I'm gonna say it one more time so that way everybody can hear it. I hope it resonates to 7-figure viewership every game. 7 figures or somewhere close to it. Anything over 800,000. If it close, I want to see 7-figure viewership though. And that's a fact. Why is that? That's something to ponder, man. Said more guys will watch the WNBA than women, and if they have male cheerleaders, get one. Oh boy! You think that would be the answer? Bringing some male entertainment, adult entertainment into the mix. Say you need more women need to watch these games, and this is about the girls. This is about the girls. Like there are young girls that may want to play basketball, and I think that's a key demographic that they need to go after too. Is the young girls again? I know they tried. They keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. Something about what that campaign did when they first dropped the WNBA. When they first did it, it resonated. Or maybe I was wrong. When they had those girls do those commercials. And so let's stop focusing on the personal lives and focus on the ball skills. Okay. Yeah, I'm done with John too. That's my guy. That's my guy though. But yeah, man, it was a hit back in the day, man. And what needs to be done and what is going to take for it to be a hit again? Because I remember Lisa Leslie, Nikki McCrae, God rest her soul. Dawn Staley when she played Jennifer Azey. Tisha Penichero, Ruthie Bolden Holyfield, Edwards, Teresa Edwards. Of course, when Shara Miller was the head coach. Of course, Candace Parker. You know, even now with the talent that they have, Brittany Griner, Sue Bird that just wrapped up her career. They had those, but it was just like not what it was from 96. If you remember 30 years back with that 96 team, close to 30 years back with that 96 team, it was like they were everywhere. They were everywhere, right? Everybody remembered the USA team on Martin when they were featured. That was putting them on a national platform. And no disrespect to the ABL back in the day, they was cool. Because I saw, was it Sylvia Crowley? Was that her that was dunking? They had Lisa Walters. And no disrespect to Rebecca Lobo in the WNBA, I just forgot her name, forgot some of the big names that made this thing work like it did. And see, and that was the thing. Everybody didn't do it. They enjoyed the Houston Comets. Shout out to Teresa Weatherspoon, too. And the New York Liberty. And Kim Hampton. They had some sexy sisters in that league, too. I think that's what it was, man. It was beautiful. Is that what it's going to take? That these ballers have to be crazy beautiful for men and women to watch? I don't know. I'm going to just say it. The WNBA is seen, in my opinion, as a bunch of gay women that play basketball. Some of the former players have come out and said that they felt because they were trying to have husbands and families and play basketball that they were blacklisted and things like that. Hey, is she really? I'm game for it. More commercials and social media output will really help them. If they can put out money like the NBA, they can make a foot run to get national TV coverage all the time. They have it now. They have the national TV coverage. CBS, ESPN, Ion Television, they got it. You just got to watch it. And I'm like I said, I hope it changes. I really do. All right, folks. Hey, this is a great first show. I was able to get an association thing off, and I was able to get it in an hour. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all Wednesday. Same time, same place. All right, right here on Fuel Sports Network, okay? I will see y'all next time. I got to get out of here. An hour's done. A-Train signing off. All right, thank y'all for tuning in. Right hand.